Yes, good evening, everyone. My voice is audible. Yes, my voice is audible. Okay. We'll start the session. Before that, let me just revise what we discussed yesterday. So yesterday we started which topic? Group policy. So yesterday we have completed group policy part one, where we discussed that group policy is a collection of settings which contain the requirement of the company. So that can be implemented or can be applied by the administrator by using the group policy. So we have seen the definition. Yes, group policy is a collection of settings which can be applied on the computers and users by the administrator as per the company requirement. So these group policies can be applied on how many things? Three things. What are they? OU, domain, and site. So what is the difference we have seen yesterday? Yes. When we want to apply the policy to few users, we have to do it on the OU. If you want to apply the policy to all the user of a single domain, do it on the domain. If you want to apply the policy to all the users of multiple domain, then we have to do it on the site. So yesterday we have done three practicals. Yes. First, we restricted the computer icon for the few users by applying it on OU. Then they were going from the C drive to the to the C drive from the command prompt as well as from the from the run command and from the browser. So we restricted the C drive. Yes. Then second practical, we restricted the notepad application on domain. So when we do it on the domain, all the users, including domain administrator, will get the policy. So if you want particular user to be excluded from that policy, you can do that. I have shown you how to exclude to the domain administrator for a particular policy. Yes, you remember we have done 2 times yesterday. Same steps can be done to any other user also. Then last practical, we have done it on the site by applying the restriction of run command. So we also discussed that if you don't want a particular policy, how to delete? Go to the GPM console, group policy object is there. From there, you have to delete that is group policy. And then we have to update it. GP updates compulsory. Then finally, yesterday we discussed how we can find it out. What are the policies applied to a particular user? Yes, you remember? So this is what we have done in yesterday's session. So that was our group policy part one. Now coming to today's session. So yesterday we basically focus on restricting the resources in the part one class of the group policy. So always we need to restrict the things, or sometimes we need to provide the resources. So yesterday we focus on how to restrict the resources. Like we restricted what? The computer icon, then we blocked the C drive, then we blocked the notepad application, then restricted the run command. So do we need to always restrict the resources? No. Sometimes we have to restrict, sometimes we need to provide. So today we will see how to provide the required resources to the users or to the employees. This particular thing you are asking, or previous than this, or before that? This one? Okay, can I move to the next topic, today's session? So yesterday we focus on restricting the resources. Now today we'll see how to provide the resources, required resources. So today our requirement is, now the company suppose got one project. big project. Hundreds of users have been selected or appointed for that, or selected for that project. And to work on that project, all the users required one particular application on their machine, on their system. So generally, who can install the application? Who can install the application? Administrator. Normally the user can install it? Can normally user install the application? No. So let us assume that your company got a big project in that they have selected about like 100 employees to work on that project, and each employee required one particular application. So generally or normally, who can install the application? Administrator. Now you are the administrator, you are facing this issue or scenario. You have to install one particular application in how many machines? 100 machines. So will you go to each machine and install it? No. Then one option is you can take the remote desktop and install it. So that also will take a lot of time. So is there any other alternative? Yes, there is another alternative that we are going to discuss now. So let us assume that one particular application is required to be installed on 100 machines as per the project. So now we are working on the domain model. As you know, domain model is given by triangle, and it is represented with what? Domain name. So in my case, my domain name is what? Zoom.com. So in this, the most important machine is a DC, which we have already created. Yes. Now this DC will be connected to switch. Onto the switch, you have, let's suppose, 100 systems. So this type of connectivity is called which topology? So in that, I told you already, this is called which topology? In every company, this type of topology will be used. Yes, star topology, nice. So now you have 100 systems. So what is the requirement? In all these 100 systems, you required a particular application to be installed. Let us assume that application is PowerPoint Viewer. PowerPoint or Word Viewer, this application you need to install. In how many systems? 100 systems as per the project. Now, you have one option, go to each machine and install it, which will take a lot of time. So that option you ruled out. Now you are sitting here. So from this machine, you can take the remote desktop of this one by one and install it. This also will take a lot of time. So is there any alternate option? Yes, alternate option is there. So what you have to do in DC machine, what you can do in DC machine, create one share folder. You know the share folder? You know the share folder. So you create a share folder. In this share folder, suppose which application you want to deploy, or the user need PowerPoint Viewer. So you create a share folder, and the application PowerPoint Viewer, you copy in which folder? Share folder, and give everyone what permission? On this share folder, everyone should be given what permission? Read and write. And then this application should be deployed. Deploy means what? Deploy means what? We can deploy this PowerPoint Viewer application to all the users. Can we deploy this? Can we deploy this PowerPoint Viewer application to all the system? Yes or no? Yes, we can do. For this, what we have to use? Group policy. Where it should be applied? On the domain. So with the help of the group policy, we can deploy the group policy on the domain, so that all these users will get which application? We can deploy with the help of the group policy. We can deploy what? Through this share folder, we will deploy the PowerPoint application to all. How many machines? How many machines we can deploy PowerPoint Viewer? All the system, 100 system, and giving them what permission? Read, write. Now the user sitting on this machine Can they install by themselves? Now this user I am taking in sequence order. Can they install by themselves? Yes, because it is read-write permission. Now, how many times this task the administrator is doing now? Not even one time. So we discussed that with the help of the group policy, the administrator workload will be increased or decreased? Decreased. So this is the best example. So with the group policy, the administrator work will be reduces, eases, yes. So this is the best example. So now with the help of the group policy as administrator, we can deploy the application with read-write permission to all the users. So thereby the user themselves can install this application. So this can be done with the help of which policy? Group policy. Are you following? So with the help of the group policy, we can deploy the required application to all the users or system, giving them what permission? Read write. So the user themselves can install this. So this is the our today's scenario. Are you following? So now for that we have to use this concept, software deployment. What is our today's topic? What is the topic name? So it is a software deployment. It is used to deploy the software, means application on all the computer from the DC machine by applying what? Group policy. Up to this, you can understand, oh, it is so nicely we can do easily. But here there is one condition. What is that condition? So software deployment through the group policy support which type of application? .msi application. It will support which type of application? .msi application, but not in Windows. In Windows, which type of application it will have? See, you can make one of the person as admin. Yes, you can make it. But now if they, how many people you have to do this now? If you are going through your option, yes, there is an option to make one of the person as administrator. So how many people you have to make this option now? 100. And after that also, now can you give them the just one permission? No. Once you make them the admin, they may misuse for other things. Are you following? So this thing we will never do. You can do that, but you will never do it because they may misuse. I hope you are understanding. Is it clear? See, so here, what is the condition? The group policy will support deployment of application through which application? .msi, but not. But in Windows, all the application will be in which format? In Windows, all the application will be in which format? exe. But the software deployment support which application? .msi, but not .exe. Now, how to overcome this issue now? But these two options are there. One is we have to search some tools which can convert .exe into. We have to search some tools which can convert .exe into .msi, one option. Or we have to search the required application. The required application, whether it is available in .msi format. So in Microsoft, if you purchase their, if you become their subscriber by paying some amount, we can go to their official website. There also you can search. So the Microsoft also provide you dot MSI application. Dot MSI full form. Dot MSI full form. Microsoft installer. EXE full form. Executable files or executable application. Dot MSI. MSI stands for what? Microsoft installer. So you can find this MSI application in the Microsoft official website. So if you take their subscription, you can go there. We have to buy the subscription for that and you can download. So what we have done, we have taken one small application, .msi application, which one PowerPoint Viewer and Word Viewer. These two application in which format? .msi format we have taken. And what I did, I kept that .msi application, two application in my Google Drive. And that Google Drive link I have given you with full access in the practical step 5. So while doing this practical, what you have to do? What you have to do? I have given you in my practical step file, the Google Drive link. I copied this application in Google Drive and I shared that Google Drive link to you people, which I have kept in the practical step file. So what you have to do, just you have to download this .msi application. Are you following everyone? So now that link I'll show you, which is there in the file, which you already having. Okay, understood this? So now we will see how to deploy the application. Which application? .msi. For that, you go to the practical step file. So before that, let me just open my two machines, DC and member server. Now this, you go to the practical step file, come down below the VMware, come down below the VMware 15th version and below the Mac Fusion. Then can you see one application, one heading, .msi application and web pages. Can you see the heading? So you go to that link, don't copy the heading, just go to the link, copy this link. Then it is just a small application, even without Wi-Fi, using your mobile data, you can download. Just go to this link. Now this is my Google Drive link I have given you. So now here, what you can do, just select this PowerPoint Viewer, right click. Then what you have to do? Click on download. Same way you select Word Viewer, right click, then download. So it will download. Where it will download? In download folder. So these are the two applications you have to download. And then I also kept what? 3 web pages. So this you required when we do the practical of IIS web server. So today you can download, or on that day you can download. All these are small things. Just maybe in KB some small files. Is it clear? So all of you have to do this. You have to go to this location, which I have given in the practical step file. Download the PowerPoint Viewer and Word Viewer. So this will be downloaded where? In the download folder of physical machine or our DC machine? Physical machine. So what you have to do, you have to copy this from the physical machine to the DC machine, where this application should be kept in DC machine. From DC machine, we can deploy. So what I did after downloading, I copied this .msi application, PowerPoint Viewer, Word Viewer into one folder, and I kept that folder name what? So you can see here, I put one folder name. I can't see, but you are able to see. Where it is? Okay, thank you. So yes, so what I did, I have copied this two application. I made one folder with what name? You can make with any, then copy these two application. Then what you have to do? This is in physical machine. See here, I have copied the .msl. And one more thing you have to do, you may not get the output. So when I copied this, I kept it in what? Compressed form. So what you have to do? You have to select that application, right click, then you have to extract it. It is in the compressed form. So what you have to do? You have to extract it. I already extracted it. After extracting only, you copy it. Are you following? So I kept it in compressed form while copying. So how to extract it? Select it, right click, you will get the option extract. Because it is already extracted, it is not showing. Are you understanding? So extract it application, then you copy that. Like after extracting, I copied. Is it clear? So don't forget, otherwise you may not able to deploy. So I repeat once again, the application which I have given you, it is in compressed form. So select it, right click, extract it. After extracting, you copy that into PowerPoint Viewer. It will show like this. So you copy that into one folder and copy also what? Word Viewer into one folder. Where? In DC machine. Is it clear? Yes. See, when you are deploying it through the group policy to the DC machine, then it will be deployed to the all the users machine which are working on the domain model. Yes, it will be sent to the
Sir, if the
all
user
the
is
users machine.
sitting in a different system, again, it applies the roaming profile and it also deploys locally on that particular machine also.
See, it is not related with profile. So it is related with what? Now you want to send it for to few users. You have to do it on the OU.
OU.
So the users who are inside the OU, if they
OU.
log in on any machine, they will get that application.
Okay,
It
that
depends on the
application will
users.
be installed locally on that particular system?
Yes. So it
And
depends on the method. So that also we will discuss.
okay,
Where it will be deployed.
actually my question is, if I am the 101 user who doesn't not require that particular app, if the 100th user has logged off out of the shed, if I'm trying to log in, will I still, as it is already installed locally on that particular system, will I be able to access it if I am the 101 user?
So now that depends. Suppose you are the 101, you are not there in that, but you are sitting on that machine where it is installed. So it
Yes.
will be available to you because it is already installed.
Okay.
Is it clear? But
Yes,
if it
yes.
is not installed and you are not in that users list, if you
Okay.
just log into the machine, it will be not available to you.
Okay. But then there is like there is no security. I can even access the application even though
So
I don't want.
that's why now it depends to whom it has to be sent. So you have to use the option of OU or domain. If it is to be sent to few users, then you have to do it on the OU. So the users who are in that, they will get that and they will install it. Are you following?
I understand, sir. But if that is getting installed locally, even I am if I am the 101 user who is able to
I
get that
understood your question,
application.
but
Uh-huh.
if any application is installed, there is any like security issues. If it is that issue, what the admin will tell him, once you install work here is completed, what you have to do? It is a small application. What they will do?
And they have to uninstall it.
Uninstall it.
Okay.
when uninstalled on daily basis and to reinstall on again.
So that's what, is there any big application you are using? What we are saying? To whom it to be given, we are providing. Or it is a department wise. So will you allow the other users of other department? If it is a security breach, you think, then you will direct
Okay.
your users that you, after working, you remove it because you may not be working for one day on the project.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So now, what we have to do now? We have to copy this application. Where we have to copy? When we download it, it will be downloaded on my physical machine. So from the physical machine, I need to copy it into my DC machine because from DC machine only I can deploy. So now I'll go to my DC machine. Now where we have to copy all this, we are keeping everything there in E drive, yes? So I'll open my E drive. Now I'll open my E drive. Now here I need to copy what? This particular folder. So what I'm doing, selecting, it is in which machine? Physical machine, I'm copying. And where I want to paste it? In DC machine, which is a virtual machine. I'm able to paste it? Paste it? No. Now the second issue is, you have downloaded now. Now you have to copy. So by default, you cannot copy anything from physical machine to virtual. I remember somebody asked me this question. Can we copy this anything from the physical to virtual? Yes. So I said we will be discussing this. So today we'll discuss this. Now, can this issue will be resolved? Yes. So this issue also can be resolved. How to resolve? So where you want to copy this? In your DC machine. So in the VMware, they have given one option called VM tools. What they have given? VM tool. So you have to install now inbuilt tool called VM tool in your DC machine. Then it will allow you to copy anything from physical machine to virtual and virtual to physical. So now I'm in DC machine. So now we will be seeing how to install the VM tool. So where you have to click now? On the menu bar, can you see the option VM? You click on the option called VM. So can you find the option called install VM tool? Yes, can you see? So go to the DC machine, click on VM, then click on the option called install VM tools. Then you will get a window called install. So click on install. Now it has disappeared. Now you wait for 1 minute or 1 hour, it will not appear. So where we have to go? We have to go to the PC. Where you have to go? PC. You click on the PC or your computer. So there it will appear. So it is appearing with what name? VM tools. So double click on this to install it. So what we have to do first, click on VM, then click on install VM tool, then click on install. It will disappear. So you have to come to your computer or PC, double click. There you will find VM tools. Double click. Now it is showing preparing to install. Now where it is appearing now? On your taskbar, highlighting. Click here. Now after this, everything just you have to read and say next, next, next. Now, did I got the next option? So it is asking, welcome to the installation wizard for VM tool. Click on next, 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 install. Now, which tool is getting installed? So what is the use of this tool? By installing this tool, we can easily copy anything from physical machine to virtual and virtual to physical. Now what it is showing? Finish. Click on finish. Restart is must. Here, we must restart your system. Yes. So now which tool will get installed in DC machine? So what is the benefit of that? Now we can copy the things from physical to virtual, virtual to physical. So for this practical, what is the first thing you have to do? First, download the MSI application, then extract it. It is in compressed form, extract it. Then copy it into one folder with any name. Then go to the DC machine and install what? VM tools. After installing the VM tools, what you have to do now? What you have to do now? Copy that application into the DC machine. Then you have to begin today's practical, that is deployment of the .msi application. Is it clear? Now, how do you know this tool is installed? So just to click on VM. Now there is an option called install is there? No. It is asking for what? So it means it is already installed. Now you see the benefit of that. Now I am copying this. So I open my E drive. Now I'm copying this again, same folder. Right click copy. Now I'll go to the DC machine E drive. Now, can I able to paste it? So this is because of the VM tools. Okay. So now I have the folder with what name? Software. Now can I deploy it? You have to make it first what? For this practical, we have to make this folder as what? Share folder, yes. So this is our .msi application already. But where you have copied, you have to copy this in one folder with any name. Then you have to make this folder as what? Share folder. Otherwise, the user cannot install it. So how to make the share folder? I think everybody knows. We have done number of times. Now tell me the step. Select the folder, right click. Then give the access to specific people. Then under here, we have to select what? Find people or everyone. What we have to select? Everyone. I repeat, what we are doing now, the share folder we have copied with .msi. We have copied one folder with .msi application. So we have to make this folder first share folder. How to make it? Select this, right click, then give the access to specific people. Under here, you select everyone, then add. What permission you should give? Read or read write? Otherwise, the user cannot install if you give read. So compulsory you have to give read and write. Then click on share. Then say don't change the setting. So this is your location. So what it got created now? It has become the share folder. So this is the first thing you have to do. Clear? Now you have to start the deployment. So we want to deploy to all users. So I have to do it on where? DC machine, on domain from DC machine. Yes, so I'll go to the, I'll press Windows key, go to the Server Manager console. Then which console I should open? Click on tools. Which console I should open? We need to apply the policy from where? GPM. Yes, open the GPM console. Now here I need to select what? I need to select here what? My domain name. Because I'm applying to all users. So select the domain name. Right click. Then create a GPO. GPO means group policy object. Now here we have to write our requirement. What is my requirement? What is my requirement? What we are doing? Deployment, software deployment, anything you can write. PowerPoint deployment, anything. I told you there is no rule it should be written like this or like that. It is your pure choice how you can understand in a simple way. That way you write it. So I have written here. Now apply the policy. So first select what? Group policy object. Then apply the policy. Click on that. Okay. Now right click. Then edit. Now we have to go to the users or computer. Users. Then policies. Then no. Now here you have to go to the software setting. We are deploying which one? Software. So there is an option under the policy called software setting. You expand this. So don't go to the administrative template. Yesterday we went there, but today we are deploying the software. So under the policy, you have the option called software setting. So expand first to software setting. There you can find what? Software installation. Select the software installation. Then select it, right click, new package. So in the file name, you have to write / our DC machine name. Then share folder name. So if you are going correctly, it will come like this. In share folder, which application? Which application I'm deploying? PowerPoint Viewer. After writing this name, what you have to do? Click on open. So now here it will appear. So select this, then again say open. So now here, how many methods it's showing? How many methods is showing for deployment? 3 methods. 3 methods are there. So you see the difference. So if you select the publish method, it will deploy the application to the user control panel. I repeat, when we use the publish method, the application will be deployed to the user control panel. So to which user it will appear? We are doing on the domain. So it will appear to all users. If you are doing on the OU, it will appear only to which user? The users who are in the OU, to them only it will appear. Are you following? So publish method means, yes, where it will appear now? On the user control panel. So you have to tell to the user, you go to your control panel and install from there. If you select assign method, where it will be available? On the user desktop. So this is the difference. See here, I went to the user policies. Once you expand the policies, there is a option called software setting. You expand the software setting. Under that, you find the option called software installation. Select it, right click, then new package. Now here in the file name, you write / your DC machine name and your share folder name where you have kept the application. Then which application you want to deploy, write the name, then say open. Here it will appear. Select it, then say open. So 3 methods are there. So I'm telling you the difference. When you use the publish method, the application will be deployed on user's control panel. When we use the assign method, it will go to the user desktop. Are you following? When you use the publish method, it will go to where? Users control panel. When you go use the assign method, the application will be deployed on user desktop. And the advanced method is used for for upgrading your install application. If suppose one application already way back you installed, but now same application upgrade version you have to upgrade that application. So which option you have to use in that case? Advanced. So advanced is used for upgrading the already installed application, whereas publish method is used to deploy the new application to the control panel, and assign method is used to deploy the new application to the desktop. And the already the application which is installed and you have to upgrade, then you have to use which option? Advanced. So I'm going first with which method? Publish. Then say okay. Now this application will be deployed to all the users. So where they can find that? In their control panel. So now I will log in. Sorry, I have to do one step. What is that? GP update. Now what I need to do? Go to the member server, log in with any user because we have done it on the domain. So I'm logging with YouTube. No, it is just a small application, no license key. Now, if you go to the desktop, will it be appear? Will it be appearing here on the desktop? It will not appear. So where you have to find this application? Because we have done which method? Published. So it will be available on the user control panel. All these steps I have written in the notes, you can see. So log in as any one of the user in member server, go to the control panel. So after going to the control panel, where you have to click? First you double click on control panel. Then click on which option? Program. So click on program, then this window will come. So then after clicking on program, where you have to go? Click on programs and features. Then you have to click on install the program from network method. So can you see this application? PowerPoint viewer. Can you see? So this has been deployed. So what you have to do? I have login with which user? Now can the user install it? Yes, because the admin has given him what permission? Read and write. So now he can just double click and install it. So this is how you can deploy the application. The user can themselves install it. Now, how many times the administrator are doing this task? Not even one time. Just is deploying to the user. Now, he will conduct one meeting and show to the user what they have to do. Go to the control panel, double click on the control panel, then click on where? Program, then programs and features, then install from the network. So user can do themselves by taking hardly how many minutes? 2 minutes. The administrator workload is reduced or not? Reduced. So this I have shown you through which method? Published. Now we have one more application. What? Word Weaver. So now I'll show you one more time. This time I'll show you on OU. I'll show you on OU through assign method. Okay. It will come after you deploy. Without deploying, it will not come. Now our second practical, same related with software deployment. So one more time I'll show you so that you will get a better grip over this. So now this time I'll show you Word Weaver deployment on OU. Already our OU is created with what users? S1 and S2. Now I'm going to the DC machine. Now I'm applying the group policy, this time on OU. So which console I have to use? Again, I'm showing you from starting. Open the GPM console. Now select it this time, which one? I'm doing it on OU. So I have to select which option? OU. Yes, sales OU. Now create a GPU. How to create it? Right click, create a GPU. Now I'm deploying the software. So I can write application deployment also or software deployment. So earlier I have written software deployment. Now I'm writing what? How you can understand easily, that way you write it. See, I already told you this answer 2 times. If you are so concerned, do it only on the OU. So those users who are inside the OU, they will not be logging from those machines. Okay. Otherwise, you have to keep some password. By using the third-party application on that app, you ask the user to keep the password. That also you can do. Okay, now we will do the second practical deployment. This time we will do it on the OU. So I will go to the tools. Sorry, I think I came. Okay, so here, so I created what? One GPO, group policy object. Where I'm doing this now? Under the OU. Now who will get this application? Only the users who are inside the sales department. Understood? Now this is there. So now we have to apply the policy. Select it, right click, then edit. Now under the users, you expand same policy, then software setting, then software installation, right click, new package. Now in the file name, // our DC machine name or IP, then the share folder name, then the application name. Select it, then say open. Here it will appear. Select it and then say open. Now select here. So if you already installed application is there, you have to upgrade. Same method you have to use, but use which option? Same step, but advanced. Now here, it has been deployed. Through which method now? Assigned. So I told you when you use the assigned method, where it will go? Where it will go? Where it will be deployed? On the user desktop. Yes. So now we need to update this. Now I have to log in with which user now? Either S1 or S2. If I log in with U1 or U2, it will not appear, remember, because we have done it on the OU. So now I will log out. Now I will log in with either S1 or S2. Now where it will appear? Now it will not appear in control panel. Where it will appear? On the desktop. So how to go to the desktop? Press Windows key. Now can you see the option below the desktop arrow mark? You click here. So here you can see Microsoft Word Viewer, new. Just now it has been sent. Now you have to install. How to install? Double click. Now accept the license. Next, install it. Okay, so I hope you understood this, how to deploy and how the user will install it. Is it clear? So this is one thing you can do through the software deployment. Okay. So with this, we have done one of the important concept in group policy. That is software deployment. Next is what? Folder redirection. You remember few days back we discussed roaming profile. In that, one of the disadvantages, network get slow. So I told you two options. One is the network drive, that is home folder. The other one is folder redirection. I said that folder redirection we'll discuss in group policy. So our next concept is what? So our next concept is what? Folder redirection. So that we will see. Now somebody return, you log in with U1 and check in. See, it is installed on the machine, it will be appear. Now here, if you go, word viewer will be there. It will be definitely, it will be there. You can just search it. Okay. So you can go for the break. After 5 to 7 minutes, we'll continue. Next topic. If you want to do automatic installation, you have to use the script files. So it is appearing only to the users to whom it has sent. They have to install it. It is not appearing to the users who are not in the user list. Okay, it is not installed. Yes. Yes, it is appearing only to those users. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so you have a break, take a break of 5 minutes. Oh, yes. So we'll have a break of 5 minutes. After that, we'll continue next topic. Okay, so I'm keeping my mic in mute position. Shall we continue next topic? Yes, shall we start the next topic? Yes, I'm audible. Shall we continue with the next topic? Okay. So the next topic is what? Folder redirection. You remember we discussed few days back the roaming profile. So advantage with roaming profile is very good security. Even admin cannot see the user's data. But the problem there is what? The server will be checking all the 12 or personal setting, all the personal setting folders of the user. The users will be writing the data in one folder, but the server will check what? All the personal setting folders. So it will take time. Meanwhile, if another user log in or log out, they will be waiting in queue, which causes the network traffic, which results in network getting slow. So one option is we can use the network drive, that is home folder. So it is very simple and easy, but the drawback there is what? One user can see other user data. So if you want, one user should not see other user data and the network should not get slow means you can use one more option. What is that? Folder redirection. So I hope you remember on that day I told you we will discuss the folder redirection in group policy. So today we are discussing that. So in folder redirection, what we will do? We'll create one share folder. And that share folder we will link to one personal setting folder. And we will ask the user to write the data only on that personal setting folder. Are you following? In the roaming profile, what we are doing? We are creating the share folder and giving the path. We are giving the path of what? The user. So the user personal setting, all folders will be checked. But here what we will do, we'll create the share folder and that share folder will be linked to the only one personal setting folder of the user. And we will ask in the folder redirection, the user to write the data only in one personal setting folder. And we will link that for share folder to that personal setting folder. So now the server will check only what? One particular folder, not the remaining folder. So now the login and logout will become faster or slow. Are you following the difference? There we created the share folder and link is given. The path is given. /DC machine name, share folder name and username. So it will search all the personal setting folder. But here what we will do? We'll create one share folder and that share folder will be linked to only one personal setting folder and that path we will link in the folder redirection. So the server will check only one folder. Example, desktop. Now we'll ask the user to write only desktop and we'll link that path to the server in desktop. So when the user writes the data on this desktop, that only will come to the server and server will check only desktop folder, remaining it will not check. So the login and logout will become faster. And at the same time, one user cannot see other user data, including the administrator cannot see the data. So which one is better in the roaming profile or folder redirection? But compulsory we have to tell to the user write only one folder. If they write outside that folder, the data will not come to the server. That is the risk here. Okay. So with this, the user can log in faster, log in as well as log out. So this is why we will use what? Folder redirection. Is it clear? So now I'll show you the practical, you will get the clarity. Done? Shall I start the practical? Okay. So whatever we are discussing this, everything is there in this practical step file. So before this, what was the practical I shown you? Which practical we have done? Software deployment, yes? So here you can find the same thing. We have created the share folder. Oh, sorry, we have the folder. In that, we have copied the .ms application. We make the share folder with the read-write permission. Then we have deployed it. Now, the next one is what? Folder redirection. So what we are doing now in folder redirection, creating one folder. Which folder? Empty share folder. With what permission? Read-write. Now, open the GPM console. You apply either on OU domain or site. I'm doing on OU. Create a GPO. Then that edit users policy window setting folder. So we are linking only one folder. So when the user writes the data here, the data will come to the system one, that share folder. So the login and logout will become fast. So this is exactly same thing I'm showing you now. So first I should be in DC machine. Then log in with which user? Administrator account. Now create one share folder. You know how to create it. So you can create a folder with any name. So I'm creating in short redirection. Select this folder, right click. Don't write anything here. The user's data will come here. Select the folder, right click. Then a specific. Then here, select everyone. What permission I'm giving? Read and write to everyone. Share folder is created. Now we'll do the, yes, now we'll do what? The applying of the group policy. So which console I need to open? GPM console. Yes. Now I'm applying this policy on OU. So in the GPM console, I'll open what? Select the sales, right click, create one GPU. What is my requirement? What is the topic? So I'm writing that. Now can you see here? Yes. Now select it. Select this, right click, then edit. Then here under the users configuration, expand policies. Now here, which one? Windows settings. Now can you find folder redirection? Click on that. So these are the all personal setting folders. So in the roaming profile, the server will check all these folders and the user may write the data anywhere. But now here, we have to select only one folder. So which one is easy to remember? Desktop. So I'm selecting the desktop, right click, properties. Then here under the setting, you just drag down and select here what? Basic redirect everyone folder to same location. Which location now? Instead of browse, you manually write it. So our DC machine name is sys1. So my data should be stored for all these sales department user. Where? In system one. In which folder? Red. When they write the data, where? In the desktop. Are you understanding? Now we are giving only one option to the user. He has to write only on the desktop. Then the data will be saved in red folder in system one. Over. Then GP update. Now as a user, you create some file. Which user? Sales department user. Now let me log in from the member server as a S1 or S2. Now here I'm creating the data where? On my desktop. So this I'm writing S2 data. So one folder is created. Now, once he log out, where it will be stored now? In DC machine. In DC machine, where?
Red.
Red folder, which is created in which drive? E drive. Still not came. Whether I did the update? GP update I didn't do or done? Not done. Let me check. Acha, I did not log out from the user. The user was locked. I just logged. So that's why the account, yes. The policy will be implemented after the logout and login. Why it is taking so much time? Now you can see folder redirection. Now let me create some data where on the desktop. Now I will log out. Came. So we have to take the ownership. You know already we have done many times, yes? So you can see folder name. So can you see? But if it is some file and data is there, cannot be accessed. Same like roaming profile. They can see only name, but not the data. Is it clear? So with this, folder redirection is completed. Now the last topic is what? Now the group policy will be applied if condition is satisfied. So if condition is not satisfied, that policy will not be implemented. That is called preference. So if you are now, this is called group policy preference. So if the policy is implemented according to the condition which you are given, then only that policy will be applied and the result can be verified. And if the condition is given is not satisfied, then that policy will not be implemented, not be applied. So that is called group policy preferences. So that is called group policy preferences. So whatever condition you are given, If it is satisfied, that policy will apply. If it is condition is not satisfied, that policy will not be applied. That is called group policy preference. So this is the last topic. Now this practical is little bit lengthy. I'll show you. So you have to do systematically step by step. So if it is satisfied, it will that policy will be applied. If it is not satisfied condition, so preference is nothing but like a condition. If that preference or condition is satisfied, it will the policy will be applied. If that condition is not satisfied, then that policy will not be applied. Okay. Now, this is our last practical. So this is called group policy preference, or the policy will be applied with condition. So to do this practical, first you create one share folder with some name. With what permission? With what permission? Read write permission to everyone. Read write permission to everyone. Then go to the ADUC console. Go to the ADUC console, right click, then click on, you can do it on OU domain or site, then create one. Here one step is important. If you forget this step, it will not work. So after creating the share folder, go to the ADUC console. Then suppose you are applying on the OU, select the OU, right click, then click on share folder. So what share folder name you have given, that name you have to give. If you are doing on the domain, select the domain name, right click, then click on new share folder name. What share folder you have created, that exact same name you have to give. If you forget this space, if you forget this step, the output will not come. So first create a share folder with some name, then go to the ADUC console, then where you are applying, you select this, right click, then click on new share folder. Exact same name you give. And in the path also, you write the complete path, where it is created and what is the folder name. Then you start applying the group policy. Then go to the GPM console, then create one GPU network drive. Right click on network drive, edit users, preferences, window setting, map drive. Right click on map drive, new map drive. Then under the click on the map drive in action, then select here, create location. Under browse, go to that your domain name, then the folder name, then OK. Then select the drive. Show this drive, apply. So now this, what you are doing, you are applying one drive letter for this share folder. So when this appear, when suppose the user is using which operating system? 2012. If they are using 2016, what will happen? That user, when they log in, they will not get the drive letter. Are you following? So this is called preference, or the group policy with condition. If that condition is satisfied, then only. So when I start the practical, you'll see. See, go to the DC machine. First create what? Share folder. So I'm creating one share folder with the name ABC. You can use any name. I'm using ABC. One share folder is created. So I'm creating one share folder with the name ABC.
दोबारा क्लिक करो और लेफ्ट करके दोबारा सेकंड लास्ट
So I created one folder with what name? ABC. Now I'll make this as a share folder. How to make it? Select this, give access to specific people. Then let's select here everyone, add with what permission? Read write. Then share folder is created. Now, before you apply the group policy, you go to the server manager console. This extra step you have to do. Go to the ADUC console. Suppose I want to apply this policy on domain. So I have to select the domain name, right click, then new what? Share folder. Can you see here? New share folder option. Do it on the domain. If you are applying on OU, select here OU, right click, new share folder. Can you see? So I'm doing on where? OU. So now what is the share folder I have created? That same name you have to write. And now the path. Now the path, it is shown server name, // My server name is what? And my share folder name is. Understood? This space you have to, this step you have to do compulsory. Is it clear? Share folder is created, that path we have to give where you want to apply. So I have done on where? OU. So I'll be applying the policy on OU. Now go to the tools. Which console we have to use? GPM console. Now select here sales, right click, new GPO. Now it is called folder redirection with condition. Or you can say this is the group policy with condition. So I'm writing what? Anything you can write. Condition, policy or something like that I've written. Can you see here? Select this. Okay. Now right click this, edit. Now where we have to go? In users. So where we have to go? In users, under the users. But every time we were clicking on which option? Policies. But now where you have to click? Preferences, because the condition will appear here. Then under the preferences, you have to select here Windows settings. Now I'm selecting this drive. Drive letter should appear when the condition is fulfilled. So I'm selecting which option? Drive maps. I'm selecting what? Drive maps. Select the drive map, right click, new map drive. Now under the general, what is the option here? Selected here now. So what happened? Our OS is the trial version. Now 15 days over means after 1 hour, what will happen? The OS will automatically shut down. Whatever we have done will be there. So just what you have to do? Power on. So when you do the practical after 15 days, it will happen. This 2022 is a trial version we have downloaded. Okay. So once the 1 hour is over, it will shut down. Everything will be there. Just you have to power on. Where you are stopped, from there you have to begin. No, automatically it will shut down because it is a trial version. So meanwhile, you can see the step. So what we are doing, we have done up to this. Yes, we went to the ADC, go, GPM console, right click, create GPO, network drive. You write anything. I have written what? Condition. So right click, edit, users, preferences, Windows setting, there, map drive, new map drive in action. Then select here, create location. Then browse. Select here what? Zoom.com. And they select the folder. In my case, what folder I have created? ABC here, XYZ. Okay. Then select the drive. Then select the drive. Now, what is the drive letter means? Now, if the user is using, here you will be giving the condition. Which operating system the user is using? Then which drive letter you are given? That will appear. If the user is not using this OS means the drive letter will not appear. Not E drive. Here, what drive letter you have given, that will appear. Understood?
Okay. So means mapping the drive means the particular
Network drive. So when I show you the practical, you'll get the clarity. So we stopped where we created the GPO, yes? Now click on GPM console. Already we have created one GPO under the OU. With what name? Condition policy. Yes, we were here. Everything is there. Yes. Just select this, right click, then edit. Now here we have to go to which option? Under the users, you don't go to the policy, you go to the preferences. Now here, Windows settings. Now select here anything. I'm going with this easy understanding purpose, map drive. Select it, right click, new map drive. Now here under the action here, you click on which option? Created drive. So now here, this is a browse option. Can you see? Browse. So where you have to go now? Under the browse, you drag down. Your domain name is appearing. Now your folder name is appearing. Yes. Now after this, what you have to do? Okay. Are you following? You have to select the domain name and your share folder name. Okay. So this you've done under where? Under the general action. Now here you see hide or show this drive. So what you have to select here? Show this drive. Then show the all the drives. Then where you have to go now? To the common. Achha. So we have to select the drive. Show all these drive means here I have to select the drive. So here, which many drives are available? A to Z. So now you tell me, I'll select here P. So is there any P drive is there for S1 or S2? No, because we are doing on the OU. So the user, when we log in S1 or S2, they should get which drive? P drive. Then don't click on apply. This we are doing under general. Now go to the common. Now here you have to use what? You have to check which box here? Item level targeting. Then click on targeting. Now here new item. Under the targeting you have to select what? New item. So these many items are there. So which option is easy for us? Operating system. So now our user is suppose using which family you select here? Our user is using which one? 2012. If you select here Windows XP, so the client is using XP? No. So if the S1 or S2 login, will they get the drive letter P? No, they will not get. But if we give here what OS they are using, 2012 family, or sorry, 2012 R2, no, our R2. Then, okay. Then apply. Okay. So now what you have to do? GP update. Now see here, all the steps we have done, see here. Browse, select, okay. Then select Z drive or any drive. Here I selected which drive? P. Show this drive, all this drive. Then apply. Then click on common tab. Select here item level targeting. Then new tab. I selected operating system 2012 R2 family. Okay, okay. Then verification. Now we have to log in with which user? S1 or S2, because we have done on OU. So whether we created any drive letter with the P, whether we created any drive letter with the P. Now here, our PC is not appearing. Why? Because we have blocked what? The computer icon. So I'm going to the GPM console. Now this policy, where the policies will be there, group policy object. So which one I'm removing? Remove the computer icon, I'm deleting. And also the C drive. Now here, what I need to do? Don't forget to update. Now what you have to do now? Go to the member server, log out and re-log in. Now the drive letter will appear to them. Are you getting the PC now? Yes, that policy is removed. Now you see here. Are you getting the P drive, ABC folder? Because the condition is satisfied, because this user is using which OS? 2012 R2. If they are not using this, will the drive letter will appear to them? The share folder will appear? No. Understood this? Clear? So this is called condition or preference with the group policy. If that condition is satisfied, the policy will be applied. If condition is not satisfied, the policy will not be applied. If I have selected, suppose Windows XP, then if I log in here, S1, S2, will this appear? Understood? So when you done this, all this practical, it is better what you do. Select all and delete it in group policy. All policies you delete. So whichever is there by default through the OS, that will remain. Then after that, GP update. So with this, the group policy is completed. Now tomorrow onwards, important sessions. What? Active Directory second session. So I'll suggest everybody, don't be absent. How much important it was first class, same way. Active Directory first class, same way. Second class also very important. There you will be discussing tomorrow domain, tree and forest. So don't be absent. Okay. So with this, we have done with today's session. So those who don't have any doubt, you can leave for today. Yes, those who have any questions, any doubt, you can ask. No doubts? So can I close the session then? Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you, everyone. Good night. See you tomorrow.